literally just broke my nail right before coming on here. Welcome to my life. Welcome to my life. Like right before coming on here. Of all things. This is like equivalent to you're walking out the door and you're like rushing and your pocket gets caught on a doorknob. Baby, it's something about this thumb. Now I got a Gumby thumb. Using my Gumby thumb. Oh, I need some lotion. Child, expose myself. Expose my damn self. How y'all doing? I missed you guys. I wish I could have taken you with me. I was in wine country this weekend. Oh, wine country. Shout out to Bath and Body Works. Got my winter candy apple. 'Tis the season. 'Tis the season. I was in wine country. And listen, you know what they say. When you're in wine country, do as the winos do. So I was sampling wine all week and I'm a little, let me stop. I don't drink. I was like literally just tasting and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm getting tipsy. I'm getting lightheaded. My sister was like, Nikki, you're not drunk. Calm down. But I felt like real chill, like real relaxed. I think it was the Sauvignon Blanc or the Pinot Grigio. Shout out to wine country. Sonoma is so beautiful. Where I went to Sonoma, I went to Napa. I went to the first Williams-Sonoma ever created in the United States of America. It was absolutely stunning and beautiful. I'll share all that with you. But how are you guys doing? Did you enjoy Salt Lake? Did you enjoy Potomac? Both great episodes in my opinion. Thank you, Shannon Van. Thank you, Shan. Shan said, if we super chat enough, can you do the felling dating game at the end of the show? My weekend wasn't the same without it. Oh, I wish I could, but I'm doing 90 Day Fiance right after this. But what I will be doing is tomorrow, because we do not have an episode of The Bachelor or Bachelor in Paradise, because we don't have an episode tonight, the episode is tomorrow night. I'm going to be doing, I want to put Love After Lockup. So we're going to do a review of Love After Lockup and the dating game tomorrow afternoon at 12 p.m., which is normally my Bachelor or Bachelor in Paradise or my batch chat time slot. I'm going to do that for Love After Lockup. So thank you so much, Shannon Jan. If you could join me tomorrow at 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, you got it. Thank you, sis. Thank you. I know. I love our dating game. I was going to do it, guys. I promise you I was going to do it. But by the time we got something to eat and got to our hotel, I could not keep my eyes open to even watch the episode, let alone do a live. So I went to bed. Then the next day I went to like 6 wineries. Listen, if you don't drink, wine tours are still really fun. The cheese is delicious. I tasted some great cheese. I had a great farm to table dinner. I want to tell you guys all about it. It was really fun. I felt really wealthy for the weekend. It was really nice. Really, really nice. Thank you, Shannon Van Cooper. You know what, Shannon, when we first started interacting, I thought you lived in a van. Did you know that? Because I used to say, hey, Shannon in the van. But then I realized, it was Shannon Vancouver. But you never corrected me. Hey, sis. Oh, Phil said, hey, y'all, what a mess of an episode. Yeah, it was a bit messy. But yeah, Potomac is delivering. I feel like Potomac knows that Real Housewives of Atlanta is on this way to, is giving us New York. So I think they know. I think they know who they are, and they're going to continue to give us good content. But having Potomac and Salt Lake City on at the same night, right after each other, my God, today, bravo, banger after banger. And I'm telling you, the other housewife shows, you should be really scared. These ladies are outperforming you guys, and they are new. They are outperforming these OGs, baby. Potomac ain't that new, 5 seasons, but still. They're going up against broads that got 13 seasons under their belts, and these girls are delivering. You all should be very scared. Very scared. Yes, We Buy House. We're actually about to get started. Let's come in on in a room with our song. Says, yes, We Buy Houses. Said, come on in the room. Oh, come on. Let's do it. Let's do it. Thank you for getting us started. Come on in the room. Whoa, come on in the room. Yeah, we got so much to talk about. Come on in the room. Everybody get in here. Come on in the room. Whoa, come on in the room. Yeah, we got so much to talk about. I realized that I'm a Pinot girl. I didn't think that I would become a Pinot girl like Ramona Singer, but I like Pinot. I really, really do. I am not a rosé girl. How do y'all drink that? That tastes like rubbing alcohol with potpourri. Come on in the room. Whoa, come on in the room. Yeah, we got so much to talk about. I said we got so much to talk about. I said we got so much to talk about. So won't you come on in the room? Come on. Shout out to Napa. Shout out to Sonoma. Shout out to Williams-Sonoma. I had a great time. Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. Great weekend. It was a great weekend. What's up, Mary? Mary said, about to grab my Zaxby's and kiki with y'all. Hey, Star fam. Hey, Mary. Thank you so much for the super chat. I cannot wait to go to Zaxby's. Thank you. All of my UK friends and both of my sisters who lived in London for like half a year. They were, doing programs with their school, and they had to like live and study and intern there. They both were like, everybody basically was just like, Zaxby's is it. Like, that's where you go. When I would like be talking to my sister, she'd be like, on my way to Zaxby's, picking up my Zaxby's, going to sit down at Zaxby's. I'm like, this must be the spot. She's like, when we go, we're going to Zaxby's. So I'm jealous. I've never tasted the food, but I know it's good. I'm jealous, Mary. Thank you. Oh, hold on. A job that I'm working sent me something. I'm telling you, never not working, guys. Never not. Oh, Missy B, what's up, Missy B? Thank you so much for the cash app. Oh, yes, we got the 13K. Thank you all. We made it to 13K. What's going on with the helicopters? Child, the neighborhood is changing. Let me get out of here. But Missy B, thank you so much. Says for 13K and super jealous of the winery trip. love you too. Thank you so much. Yes, guys, we did it. We did it, Star family. 13K. Thank you all so much. I could not have done, like literally, real talk, could not have done it without you. So thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing, sharing my work. Because of you, your girl made it to 13K, and I feel so blessed. I feel so blessed. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I was about to do something before I saw that. I got so excited. What was I about to do? Was I about to get notes? Oh, shoot. I had to check an email for work. Hold on. I'm filming something. I'm not going to tell you guys what it is because you may not even see me. So if I actually get a bigger port, then I'll let y'all know. But child, I be telling people I be in stuff, and they was like, really? I was like, oh, they cut me out. Sorry, but I was there and I got paid. Let me see. What email do they have? I don't see it. Hold on. Tuesday? I thought it was Wednesday. Oh, I might have to work tomorrow, y'all. You know what? And I don't like them using my middle name. Oh. Wait a minute. Was I supposed to take a COVID test today? Oh, let me confirm. Child, I was supposed to take a COVID test. Oh, child. I knew I had to do something. Oh no, it's tomorrow. Right? Ooh, we will see. We will see. I think I had to take a COVID test today. We'll see. Anyway, hey, we made it to 13K. That damn wine got me messed up, but they ain't sent me. But did y'all send me a location? Hold up, y'all. Oh my gosh, shout out to the new people. I'm sorry, I'm a one-woman show. Lord, I hope they're not watching. You know what? I'm gonna go tomorrow. We're gonna see what we're gonna say. I'm double vaccinated, but you know, somebody in the industry just died and he was double vaccinated, so everybody's just weird. We should not be filming. We got to get this pandemic under wraps. We got to get this pandemic under wraps. It's too much. I test every day. I'm tired of testing. Like, y'all have my DNA at this point. Just take it out the bottle and figure it out. Anyway, how are we doing? I'm a one-woman show. A one-woman freaking show. Child, if y'all watching, I'll be there tomorrow. Sorry, you got to send reminders for stuff like that. Let me get my notes. Ooh, child. Mary said, random question, but do the White Housewives bring their moms on the show? I don't really watch them, so I don't know. Yeah, I don't think so. Do y'all know? Can y'all answer that? Leah brought her mom on. Yeah, Leah brought her mom, who she has issues with. Vicky brought her mom on. No, yeah, I think they all do, and they all have problems with their moms. Tamara brought her mom on, and they worked through some things. Who else? Oh, what's her name? Bronwyn. Y'all remember her, the lady that blew up her whole life for a TV show, and they cut her? Child, she blew up her life. She brought on her mom. Her mom was Betsy Johnson's tether. Yeah, she was on the show as well. So they do. The White Housewives do marry. They do. Hey, Tracy, thank you so much. Tracy said, shout out to the replay gang. Thanks for watching. Please remember to like this video, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and share the channel to your social media. I love you guys too. Thank you so much. Yeah, I can do rapid testing, and I'll do the whole thing. But the thing about it is the industry is freaking out because we lost somebody in the industry who was double vaccinated and still passed away of COVID. So it's, and not saying the vaccination is a cure, but, when stuff like this happens, everybody, the industry gets really, really weird. To be quite honest with you, I mean, people have to work, people have to make money, but we really should not be filming at this point. But we got to, right? So that just happened. So now it's like, you got to test here. You got to test here. You got to test this day. So yeah, we will see. Oh, congrats to that. My dad just sent me a text message. Oh, Dad, if you're watching, congrats. I'll call you after this. Love you. Okay, let's get started. Oh, God. Yeah, we got to strike. To tell them simply, we got a strike about to happen. There's a lot going on in this industry. Keep me in your prayers. I'm trying to marry wealthy. I'm tired of working. I'm tired. John, why am I got these good cheekbones? I'm trying. Y'all ain't even say nothing. Y'all haters. Y'all had me over here looking like the genie from Aladdin, and ain't nobody even say nothing. Y'all ain't say, Nikki, what the hell is going on? Now I feel like myself. Anyway, Let's get into this show. I know it seems like, we're going to start off with the Real Housewives of Potomac, then we're going to get into the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. Guys, I know it seems like Candiace is my favorite, right? She's not. I always tell you guys that my favorite out of all the housewives, my favorite is the Grand Dame. My own one and only favorite is the Grand Dame. It's just with Candiace, I can easily spot the hypocrisy in this group when it comes to how they feel about her and the standards that they hold her to that nobody else in the group is held to. That's the thing, right? I'm never saying that any of Candiace's behavior is correct or, that, I agree with some of the things, all the things that she's saying and doing. I don't. But at the end of the day, let's be very clear. If these ladies weren't, if these ladies weren't fighting or going after it or just, going on girl trips and having a good time, we would not watch, right? It's a TV show. So you're not going to get their boring conversations. You're not going to get the stuff that doesn't, seem interesting. This is entertainment. So we are watching these shows for entertainment. So I don't hold her to this litmus test of behavior. When you're on reality TV, if we're going to really be honest, ladies, these shows, the housewife shows, it's basically the bad girls club for, women over the age of 28. Right? Because when we was younger, we was watching the Bad Girls Club. Now we look at it now like, oh my God. I can't believe that was my show. But you were watching it like drag that hoe, take her wig off, throw her beard in the pool. You were watching it when you were young. When you was young, you spec as when I was young, I spec as a child. When I became older, I moved away from childish things. I gotta get back in my word because I think that was all over the place. When I was a child, I spake as a child. When I got older, I moved away from childish things, right? Oh Lord, forgive me. I'm seeing there's an issue. I'll get back into it. So, this kind of show is what, that's our Bad Girls Club, right? That's our boxing. Our men have their boxing. We have our boxing. It's called Housewives. So they have to do these things to give us a show. And from working on stuff like this, being around this, knowing people who create these shows, I just have a different outlook on it because I know 90% of the time people are performing or just reacting to somebody's performance. So I don't really take it as deeply as some other people might take it. And that's okay. We're still watching it together and we're still having a great time. Concerning Candiace, the reason why I tend to speak up for her the most is because she's somebody who was greatly hated by this fan base, right? And I've noticed through the last two seasons that, watching and, communing and having a great time with everybody, in the comments section, I've noticed that this fan base has started to do something that is hitting me and my ancestors, and it's bothering me, right? So I have to speak on these things because I just don't see any other housewife where there is racist things being said about them and people are high-fiving it and okaying it because they don't like the person, especially Black people, right? So I see it and I'm like, I just have to call it out because at the end of the day, you're not going to tell me that a part of the fact that the part of the reason why, not everybody, but a large part of the reason why a large part of this fan base does not like her is because of the deepness of her melanin. You can't tell me that. Not when that's my life. Right? Just like how, my people, Black people, nobody can talk to us about racism. Russell, you can't talk to me about colorism. I see it. So that is why I speak up a lot for her because it's like, y'all can't see this. This is clearly what's happening because there's a light-skinned version of her on this show and y'all don't ever give that broad the same heat. It's just very obvious. So I just have to call it out. But she really is not my favorite. My favorite is the Grand Dame. But this group is just, they're so hypocritical with Candiace. Everybody else can do whatever they want to do, but Candiace cannot do the same thing. She's held to a different standard and it's very bothersome. Yes, it's not mainly colorism, right? It's colorism. It's the fact that she comes from generational wealth. It's also the fact that she is the youngest or one of the youngest in the group next to Ashley, but she is also somebody who holds her own, right? You're not going to talk to her any other kind of way and think because you are a woman in your 50s that she's going to be okay with it. Times are changing, right? So I get that there's a lot of things that, people don't like about her. but colorism is there as well. So we can't deny that existence. But, I just really had to call it out of the hypocrisy in this group, especially in this episode concerning Robin, right? So Robin, in her confessional, she's like, because, they're talking about this Candiace and Mia beef that's going on. I honestly think that Candiace, because even in this episode, everybody is like, they're not telling her what Mia's mother's past is, but they're telling her that she shouldn't say the things that she's saying because of her mother's past, right? But nobody's telling her what happened. Like, what is the conversation, right? So I don't think she said that knowing that her mother was somebody who had, a past with drugs and addiction, was out there on the streets or whatever. So I don't think that she said your mother is low budget because of her mother's past, because it's very obvious that she does not know, right? So when Robin is explaining the situation with Mia and Candiace, she's just saying Candiace fights dirty, completely overlooking the fact that Candiace would have never said anything to Mia if Mia would have not came for her, right? If Mia was not trying to be messy at her video shoot that she invited her to because she wanted her to be a part of. Mia was being messy and she was wrong. And I think we all rightfully called her out for that. But it's like that comment came after. And it bothers me. And I think I can also probably, see where Candiace is coming from a lot of the times, because I have always been someone who, I don't start a fight, I finish it, right? So if we're at the end of the fight and I'm chilled and you're crying, I'm automatically guilty, because this person was hurt more by what was said or what was done. But I was the person who was sitting here minding my business, and this person started saying something. So if I turn around and I get this person together and I get them together to the point where they're crying, now I'm the bad guy. I always tell y'all can never win with a crier. If you were in a battle with a crier, I'm telling you right now, no matter how right you are, you will always look like the bad guy, which is why a certain community of women know how to weaponize them tears. Criers will win every time, and they know it, because those tears pull at people's heartstrings. So they do that all the time. So if I miss something with somebody who's emotional, I'm like, nope, I'm gonna let God handle this one, because I see how this is gonna work out for me. Anyway, so Robin is saying that Candiace fights dirty. Robin, who is literally destroying or trying to destroy a cast member's marriage for a storyline, because she don't have anything going on right now, and the stuff that she has going on, she don't want nobody talking about. So her storyline is destroying Wendy's marriage, but Candiace went too far. Candiace plays dirty. You're trying to destroy Wendy's marriage, but Candiace is the one that plays dirty. You were Wendy's friend last season, but Candiace is the one that plays dirty. Okay, before I move on, shout out to Phil. Phil said, I love Candiace and she gets treated differently from others. Last season was awful for her last season. However, she was out of pocket this episode. I absolutely agree with you, Phil. No denying there. No denying there. But I just wanted to give thank you so much for the super chat. But I wanted to give a preface of that, because this review is probably going to be Candiace defense heavy. So I just want to let y'all know she's not the favorite, but I'm calling out the hypocrisy of this group. So Robin decides in this episode that she does not want to go on the cash trip, which is required. That's the thing. I'm like, oh, you think you that good that you can say no to a cash trip? Listen, I'm telling you right now, from somebody who works in this industry, never try the network. Never try the network, especially you reality TV stars. I am giving you some good tea. At the end of the day, this industry still don't respect you. No matter how much money you make, you will never be on Meryl Streep's level. And that was Nene's problem, that at the end of the day, she was still making some good coin. She was still probably getting more views than some of these TV shows and some of these movie actresses, but she was not on the same level and she was not getting the respect. You have to know your place. Who the hell cares if Hollywood acknowledges you or not? You're still leaving home. You're still leaving set with a bag, right? Y'all should never get to this point, especially as a reality TV star, where you think you can say no to the network on what you gonna film and what you not gonna film, especially as some Black woman on this Black woman-based show. If I were you, I wouldn't pull those stunts ever again. I'm telling you right now, you never want to try the network. You see how it worked out for a lot of these housewives who thought they was big dogs. Where they at now? Ciao. And I will never say who it is, but I told y'all it was what one of y'all girls was at that network crying and begging for a position back. And you will never know because of how she flaunt. But baby, the NBC knows. Let me shut up. I was like, wait a minute, that was a little bit more than I wanted to give. Anyway, but I'm just saying, as a reality TV star, if I was you, I would never try that. I would never try that. Anyway, Dad, congrats. Anyway, so she's not going to the required cash trip because her and Giselle are not going because they want to ice Wendy out, right? Because they think that they're the big dogs of the show. And so they feel like if they don't go to a scene that somebody or a trip that somebody is in, that it's going to jeopardize what actually happens. And then it won't be something that is highly covered or something that gets a couple episodes, because you know when you go to something, when you film something, especially how the cast interacts with each other, if you're going to be able to get 1 or 3 or 4 episodes or 6 or 7, leave it up to Atlanta, out of this trip, right? So they decide not to go because they both got an issue with Wendy. Giselle, listen, I get it, right? Giselle did not like Wendy saying you can come with your luggage. I agree. Right? I agree with her feeling some sort of way. But again, Wendy would have never said nothing to you if you didn't try to mess with her marriage. So take that for what it is. And Robin too. So they're trying to ice out Wendy and not go because they think that this cash trip is going to tank. Little do they know. Anyway, so Robin is basically saying that she is just not going to this trip because she feels like Wendy does not take her relationship seriously, and it really bothers her because she thought that they were really good friends. But I just don't understand how you can come to this conclusion after what you did to her. It is baffling. That's why I call them Karens. It is absolutely baffling that you can sit here knowing this is a TV show, right? Knowing what a rumor like that can do when you put it in front of millions of people, making that your storyline, not even Wendy's. This was your storyline that you made yourself a part of because Giselle was the one who brought it to the show. You didn't even have to swim in these filthy waters. You decided to get in with your best buddy. And now you're over here playing victim because the woman whose marriage you tried to destroy got you together on camera several times and you look foolish. So now you're mad at her because you don't want to be in any scenes with her because every time you're going to be in a scene with her, she's going to get the best of you. So you look dumb and she's not backing down and you're bothered by that because you're an OG of the show who thinks that they're a big dog. So your thing is, I'm not coming because she don't care nothing about my relationship. She made a comment about your relationship after you tried to destroy hers in several episodes that she don't even know about yet. She was coming after you because she knew what you were doing by the things that you were saying on camera. But you have got in your mind that you're a victim. What in the Karen is going on here? The fact that Robin can take that stance of I'm not going because of what she did to me. What does she do besides retaliate? How is Whitney the bad guy here? I'm so confused. I am so confused. And she didn't even say anything to really harm your relationship. It was just a snide comment when you are literally saying that her husband got somebody pregnant. Even if you're saying, a blog said it, you still brought it to a show that gets millions of views. You knew what you were doing. So to play victim is crazy. Let's get to this GVO, Good Vibes Only weekend. Mr. Gordon, I liked him this episode. He's going to be fun next episode. Listen, he was lit. This old man was taking shots. What did y'all expect? Like, what did y'all think was going to happen with him? He is well into his 60s, taking all these, or is he in his 70s? Whatever he is, he's an older man taking these shots. He don't have the same resistance that he had when he was 22. So he got lit real quick, and he went from being Mr. Gordon to G, and G is nasty. That old man is nasty. When he started... When he started humping the air, it's like, where the white woman at? Oh, man, you married a dirty old man. Where the white woman at? Can I tell you, this is why Potomac is so good. And this is why so many people are just like, this is reminding me of the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Because Atlanta used to be like this, guys. We used to be watching Atlanta back in the day crying. I was watching this episode in tears. In absolute tears, watching this whole scene, because you watched as Mr. Gordon went to became G, and you watched how drunk he started to become, and then from where the white woman at to all of a sudden he was acting like he had this big penis, and everybody was like, what is going on? Chris could not stop laughing. And the reason why Chris cracking up was sending me is because, like when you're filming these scenes, you have to you got to keep it together. Like you cannot be falling apart to what's happening, because they have to film this. And then our reaction is supposed to be the ones where we're laughing and falling apart, but they need you to keep it together in the scene so that they can get through the context of what's happening here and deliver it to the audience. But Chris cannot keep it together. His face was bright red. He kept on putting his hat over his head because he could not stop laughing at Mr. Gordon, also known as G. Another thing that was taking me out, right, was when Mr. Gordon started to become G, and he was doing all that where the white woman had, playing with his penis, and all this stuff was going on. Wendy's face. First of all, Eddie was like, "What just happened?" Eddie was like, "What happened? How did we get here? What happened?" But Wendy's face the whole time. She said nothing, but this was her face. Because what could she comment and say? What could she comment and say besides he was out of it? And it was pure entertainment for me, because I was just watching everybody's reaction and knowing that they have to keep it together so that they can finish filming this scene and, be able to deliver a decent episode to you. But the fact that they could not keep it together was the reason why I was falling apart. Chris falling apart, Eddie saying, "What is going on here?" Wendy's face, and then Mia and Candiace. You know what? I remember earlier in one of my reviews where I said that I was hoping that Candiace and Ashley could aspire to be, or that I was calling them, I said that they could be Karen and Giselle 2.0 if they kept it light. I regret saying that, because I feel like Candiace and Mia, if they can keep it light, can overtake what Ashley and Candiace could ever be, because they had me rolling this entire episode, because Candiace and Mia can both dish it and take it. They were going word for word, bar for bar, read for read, shade for shade this entire episode. Because when Mr. G Gordon was acting like he had this huge penis, and Mia was like, "You know what? I can take it. I'm a big girl." Candiace was like, "Yes, you are." Candiace, why did you have to say anything? Oh God. Like, not even quiet. Yeah, yes, you are. And then she says, and Candiace, I would never say this. I don't care how mad I am. I would never. Candiace said, "Oh, does it still work?" The way G turned that scene around, because it could have gotten real nasty, and he could have been mean to her, because you're literally saying, does his penis still work? He started giving all of these analogies. I don't know what he was saying. Does a horse have hair? Does a bear crawl in the woods? And everybody's just reacting like, what is going on? Perfection, Potomac. Perfection. I'm telling you, Atlanta, especially with these casting issues that you're having right now, you should be very scared. you should be very scared. I was dying watching this episode. Let's get to real quickly where Karen, because she finally arrives, but she is telling the group about, how her, not the group, but Ashley telling her that, her wedding, how she was planning her wedding and how the vow renewal and how all of that's coming along. Nothing said there was really interesting, but the thing I wanted to point out, Black Bill Gates. Why did you read Giselle like that? Did y'all catch what he said about Giselle? Because him and Karen were going over the guest list because Karen was telling Ashley, she's just like, I feel like I'm in a good place wherever I can invite everybody and everybody can come and have a good time. And the Black Bill Gates was talking to Karen and was just like, yeah, so Giselle can come. Who was she bringing? The hairdresser. Yeah, she doesn't have anybody. She's probably going to just bring the hairdresser. Sir. Why did Giselle have to take a shot like that? So you and Karen be sitting up there in that. Oh, child, all these people, all these brands are texting me like, Instagram may be down, but we're not down. Here's a coupon. I ain't buying. I am not buying. I thought that was work. Anyway, so that just let me know that the Black Bill Gates and Karen, Miss LaDame, Miss Karen Hugo, y'all be in that home dragging Giselle for filth. Y'all be in that home dragging Giselle for filth. Who she's going to bring? The hairdresser? Why the hairdresser take a shot too? He had me dying. I'm telling you, this was a fun episode. It got a little too dark for me at the end, but it was the overall episode was really, really, really fun. Again, I'm here for the Mia and Candiace war. I'm over Ashley and Candiace. I just think they don't like each other and they'll never get to a good place. But I feel like if Mia and Candiace can keep it surface, it will be really good because the reads are just, I'm loving the reads. Not saying they're iconic, but I'm enjoying them because Candiace is just like, here comes Mia, the jolly green giant with them big feet in her confessional. Here goes Mia. Oh, you know what? I think the husbander situation is not working out. Maybe he shouldn't be her husbander anymore and just be her husband so that he can give her some and she'll be a lot nicer to be around. Yes, this is what this show was supposed to be about. Yes, we're going to have fun and joy, but the reads, we need the reads. We need the shade. Let's keep it here. I don't want anybody in the confessional talking about they want the other dead or trying to get the other off the show. This is what you guys need to do. This works. And the editing. Let me tell you something, Potomac. Your editing this season is A1. Stellar. I don't know who this new editor is, but you better give him a raise. Or maybe the director made you guys go in a different direction. Whatever it is, you guys are doing a great job because to have those two reads next to each other, running consecutively with this scene, bravo. Bravo. I will say I am going up for the Brown Girls Brigade, right? The Brown Girls Brigade is Mia, Candiace, and Escala. Love them. If the KKK Karens are going to link up, then they should link up and let's see what happens. I'm going up for them, right? Team Brown Girls Brigade. However, y'all were doing too much talking about Mr. Gordon, also known as G. I felt like you guys were making his behavior out to be bigger than what it is now. I may take that back next episode if I feel like he's going too far. But I think that he was taking shots. He got a little tipsy. He got a little beside himself. But I don't think that he was being harmful to me. I don't think he's being abusive to me. Him saying this is the only time I can get you to shut the F up. And when he's tipsy, I feel like if he was, first of all, not nervous about being there in this home because he did not want to come. So he probably drank a bit more than he should have to, calm his nerves. But I don't think, I didn't get from what I saw this episode. I could change my mind, right? But I didn't get that Mia is in an abusive relationship. And I felt like y'all were trying to make it seem like that, because I feel like if G were Mr. Gordon, right? If he was in his Mr. Gordon mindset, I don't think he will put the whoever makes the G-Wagon, is it Mercedes? Whoever makes the G-Wagon, I don't think he will put the guy on speaker and tell everybody to listen, and then tell his wife, this is the only time I can tell you to shut the F up, and I've been married to you for 7 years too long. Listen, yes, a drunk mind speaks a sober heart, but I just did not see enough to take it to where you guys are trying to take it. Because I also don't like people playing in marriages. And maybe that's just real sensitive for me. I don't know why I don't have a marriage, but I just feel like that is something that should be sacred. And when you come on the show and you start playing in your coworkers' marriages for storylines, or just to get something on camera because you don't like them right now, it just for me, that's just far too low and far too messy. So maybe that's what it is. But I'm just like, he was having a good time. I didn't see any, I don't know. I may take it back next episode, but I was just like, what you guys are trying to make happen in that bedroom concerning how he was acting towards Mia. Well, I will say Wendy wasn't in that. Wendy was really trying to like defend Mia and, take up for her, especially when Mia came in the room where Candiace and the Scholar was talking. But I felt like Candiace and the Scholar, y'all were doing too much with that. Love y'all, but y'all was doing far too much with that. Anyway, while they're trying to make it seem like Mia's in an unhealthy relationship, Mia walks into the room and her and Candiace start going at it again. Word for word, bar for bar, shade for shade, read for read. And I was here for it. And this is why, because Mia is somebody who will get back up again, right? Candiace is somebody who will get back up again. And I think the only reason why she will get back up again with Mia, I don't know if it's going to last because of what happened at the end of the episode, but it just seemed like if they could keep it surface, we can do so well with this relationship. This could become the next Giselle and Karen relationship if they can keep it surface and continue to apologize and just agree to move forward. Because when Candiace was trying to shade me about being on the stripper pole, Mia was like, yeah, and I made some good money on that pole. I said, this is how you got to do it. This is how you have to do it. You can't get like sensitive. You just got to give it back. And I just love how they were just giving it back to each other. Like they were just trying. Yeah, no, but you need to be able to take constructive criticism. Like when I said your video shoot was low budget, it was constructive criticism. Your mother's low budget, Candiace, you got to come with something else though. I will say that I've heard that your mother is low budget 3 times. This episode, let's come with something else. I feel like you're more witty and creative and you can come with something else. I think you're staying there because you see that it affects her, because Mia is somebody, like I said, who can get back up again. But I think you're staying there because you're really trying to get at her. And that's where you mess up. That's where you mess up. Because if you can keep it surface, it could be chill, because it seems like next episode, your husband is going to try to remove you from the situation. And girl, there are a lot of people who already don't like you. Don't make it easy for your haters. Please don't. Like, keep it surface and you will be fine. You and Ashley, y'all hate each other. Y'all never going to be able to keep it surface. So let's just move on from that one and make this the interesting beef that will keep you on the show. Y'all got to think work. Y'all got to think money, right? Giselle and Karen at this point cannot be removed from the show, because that is an iconic frenemy beef. You will get such good content from those two just going after each other. And when they're done, they apologize, they agree to move forward, and then we get a new beef from them on another episode, and it's iconic all over again, right? You want to be a character on this show that the show feels like they can move on from. If you can link up with Mia, I don't know how y'all gonna do it, but if y'all could come up with some way to be able to work with each other, you guys will have another iconic beef on this show where the network would be like, yeah, let's keep these two together. Y'all got to think y'all money. Y'all got to think about your money. Y'all got to think about your jobs. going after each other because y'all don't like each other and try to get your coworker off the show never works. Never works. Make yourself unfireable, if that is a word. But yeah, I was here for their beef early on in the episode, but later in the episode, it just didn't do it for me because I felt like it went a little too dark and a little too far for me. Karen and Ashley finally arrived to this Chesapeake Bay trip. There has to be more to do in Potomac and around surrounding areas. Y'all going to Virginia and now Chesapeake Bay. My God, today, Miami's right there. New York is right there. Like, what else? Like, no, I was going to say Boston. Don't take all them black women to Boston. But I mean, there's other places too. And y'all got money. Y'all can't travel nowhere else. Y'all got money. Like, I just don't understand. But anyway, so Karen and Ashley arrived to this Chesapeake Bay trip. And there's nothing about Ashley arriving or Karen arriving that is hilarious to me. The only thing that is hilarious to me is the fact that why in the hell was G greeting them? Why was he there? You could tell Ashley was uncomfortable with the conversation. Not uncomfortable where she like wants to get away, but uncomfortable enough to be like, what is going on with G? Because she's never seen him like that. She's seen him as Mr. Gordon. She's never seen G. He's like, hey, Ashley, how you doing? Oh, the baby asleep. What's going on? And Ashley's like, hi. I thought he was hilarious this episode. I thought he was hilarious. What's going on with you got the baby? Oh, where the husband? Oh, he watching the baby. Oh, because the baby got asleep. I didn't have a problem with him. I liked him this episode. Anyway, let's get to the salad. Through the tossing of the salads. Candiace, God, girl, did you know? Because I got to think about it now. Did you know? Because you kept on saying that her mother was low budget. So did you know? You normally move on to different stuff. But I've noticed that you stay on, insults that can trigger. Because I'm just like, you were acting like you didn't know this episode. But I did say that you were acting like you didn't know this episode. But then I'm thinking, was she acting like she didn't know this episode? Or were the ladies constantly saying, especially Karen and Wendy and Escala, constantly saying, oh, you didn't know this. You didn't know this, right? And Wendy was trying to tell her when Mia was still in the room. I don't know. But anyway, so while Wendy, Mia, and Escala and Candiace were in the room, Wendy was trying to, come to an agreement and, for them, like come to a point where they could fix it and move on, but it didn't really work. Mia's friend called, she walked out, she called all of them broke. So they all felt some sort of way about that. So they tried to talk about that again. And they tried to start it off with, especially Escala saying, well, you called us all broke. So they tried to, get to the bottom of that. And then Wendy was like, no, this is really about this. So her and Candiace got into the low budget comment, and still nobody gave Candiace what was the reason why she shouldn't have said it. So Candiace was on the defense, feeling like everybody is defending Mia over her, but nobody is telling her why what she said was offensive. So, nothing is really getting done because not a lot of explanation is happening because everybody is sensitive at this point. Mia is acting like, but we'll see next week that actually did hurt her. It's acting like she's not bothered by what Candiace is saying about her mom, but she actually is. So she's acting really, really cool. Then her and Candiace are going back and forth because, again, they cannot get to a good place because Mia was talking to Ashley about Candiace. And Candiace was just like, I'm right here. So just say what you got to say. So Mia starts going off about how she's not really nice. And Candiace is just like, I'm not nice, but you were at my my video shoot discussing my husband to my mom. And then, Mia is just like, well, it wasn't like that. And then Candiace is like, it was like that. So then they start going back and forth. And Mia's like, you are not very nice. And then Candiace is like, your mama is low budget. Mia walks away because that actually really hurts her. Then Candiace is still going on. Mia turns around, takes the salad. No! Mia throws the salad at Candiace. After Candiace, you took a piece of lettuce and threw it at her. I did notice that. I was like, now, Candiace, you can't roll up no tissue now. You can't roll up no tissue now because you threw that at Mia. You threw that at Mia. And I don't know why you being this high would throw that at somebody you call the Jolly Green Giant. I would use my words. I would use my word. I wouldn't give that Jolly Green Giant with them big feet any ammo to beat me up, child. But anyway, you throw the lettuce at Mia. Mia throws half the damn salad at you. You pick up the salad that was thrown at you and then throw it at her. The men are outside talking about how they all get along. G is out there saying, Mia told me they can't just call her low budget. I laugh because I like y'all. Oh, child. And Eddie is sitting out there like, what is happening? Like, how did we get here? So anyway, that's where basically the episode ends. And I think next week we're going to get, I know concerning the trailer, that next week we're going to get the rest of that, the aftermath of the solid fiasco. Mia's going to be crying about her mom. I will say, Mia, you made a comment saying my mom relapses. That's going to be, you're going to like beat Candiace up if your mom relapse. That's on your mom. And it's not on you. It's not on anybody else. That's a decision your mom made. But you are also going to have to be responsible because you put her in a position to be exposed, not by Candiace, but by by the rest of the world. That's why I always say, when y'all come on these shows, be very careful about how what role your family is going to play in it, because this show will move on with or without you. And you'll still have to be there with your family to fix those relationships that you tarnish for a storyline. So be real careful about that. That's why I'm always saying you can lie. You don't got to tell us your truth. You don't got to tell us your vulnerability. Give us something interesting to watch, and that will be good enough. Cynthia did not start bringing us into all of her relationships and all of her financial issues until people were saying that she was boring and she didn't have a reason to be there. Then all of a sudden she starts saying, well, you know what? Me and my husband are going through some things, right? That's where we got that. But if you are interesting and you're fun to watch, we don't need to know all that. You don't have to bring in your parents' addictions and things like that, and your mother almost committing suicide. You don't have to bring that, because what you do is give people who do not like you stuff to use against you that they know will hurt you. You're good. You're better without it, Mia, to be quite honest with you. You're good TV. You're good TV. And if you and Candiace can start thinking about the money and not being petty and trying to hurt each other, y'all could really make this little war, this dynamic that you have, just as interesting as Giselle and Karen. Speaking of Giselle and Robin, I hope y'all don't ever pull this stunt again, because what y'all both did was stay behind because y'all think y'all the stars of this show, and it is an ensemble cast. We do have two leads, and I will give it to Giselle and Karen, but that little stunt that y'all pulled backfired on your behinds. That's why I'm glad that you're going to be at this Chesapeake Bay getaway next week, because what you did was try to take this woman's trip, and you decided to stay back because you're just like, oh, nothing's going to happen without us. It's not going to be a good trip without us. And this was a damn good trip and a damn good episode. Don't ever let the network see that they can still do a show without you, because you were nowhere in this in this trip, and it was hilarious. It gave us comedy. It gave us mess. It gave us shade. It gave us beef, and you were nowhere to be found. Don't ever do that again. Don't ever do that again, because you just showed the network that they can hold the show without you two. That the show will still go on. It will still do numbers, because last night they got more views off of that episode than they have for the whole season. Oh wait, I was freezing for a minute. Don't ever do that again. That definitely backfired. So they know if you don't show up, they'll still have a show. Ciao, not smart. Hey, Tamara, thank you so much for the super chat. Tamara said, Candiace acts like last season didn't happen. Yeah, because she was saying this up with the hands. Don't put your hands on my face. I'm like, Girl, thank you so much for the super chat. I was just like, you doing a lot. And I don't like to talk about, Monique put her hands on her because I know there are a lot of Monique fans in here. But my thing is, I didn't like that. I did not like that. Monique could have handled that situation so much better. And another thing that bothered me about it was just like, you beating up the wrong woman. You going after Monique when Giselle was the one that started all this drama. Now you got her together eventually after you watched the whole season and you realized you were played and you came to this reunion, guns blazing. Good for you. But at the end of the day, you still never acknowledged the fact that you went after the wrong person. Like you said it when you were talking to your pastor and you did all that crying. Then you get back in front of Candiace and you're ready to drag her again. Or you're kikiing with the people who are tweeting that you should have beat her up again, beat the brakes off of her, crack her skull and all that stuff. And you're liking the tweeting and all that stuff. And I'm like, so what happened with you sitting down with the pastor saying that your anger was directed towards the wrong person and you went after the wrong one? So I don't like to bring that up because a lot of people like to bring that up and be like, oh, Candiace, you can get dragged again. Like, I don't know. I just feel like the people who don't like her like to, always threaten her being beat up again. And I'm like, you don't feel no way saying that to the public at your big age. Like, y'all grown with kids. Anyway, so I don't really like to talk about that, but I have to, like, Candiace, I got to talk about that because, sis, after what happened to you last season, why are you perpetuating the same behaviors with Mia? If you were so against that and did not like how you were treated, why are you doing the same thing to Mia with the hands in the face and then you're like throwing stuff at her? When that was done to you, you were not okay with it. And I'm not saying this on the same level, but there's similarities. There's absolute similarities. And I could not agree with that. I could not agree with that. I also think you're trying to pull rank with Mia and you don't like the fact, and it happens with all the housewives on this show concerning Mia. They don't like the fact that Mia will not allow herself to be hazed. They don't like the fact that Mia will not stay in her place. That's why Giselle, like everybody eventually will have beef with Mia because the OGs feel like she should not be able to talk to them or come at them like that when this is their show. But Mia's outperforming, right? This is her show as well. Is that the weather? Hold on. I hope somebody's moving and that's not a rumbling. Child, it's raining in October? What the hell is going on? Child, you better get your house in order. He's coming back. But yeah. So thank you, Tamara, for pointing that out. And again, thank you for the super chat. Thank you. Yona said everyone confirmed she didn't know. Talking about Candiace, Wendy never had the chance to tell her. Thank you for that, Jonas. I will say this though. You cannot know, right? Because nobody in the cast told you. That doesn't mean that nobody in production will tell you. So that's why there's always a maybe. Maybe somebody did tell her. There's always a maybe. Because y'all don't know everything. Like, and I'm not saying y'all, I'm talking about the cast. The cast doesn't know everything that's going on, but production knows. So when they in them confessionals, them producers is just as messy. Just as messy. Yeah, Lady Virgo. Monique absolutely ran about it the wrong way. I can't get on her side with that. Can't get on her side with that. Let me scroll up to some earlier comments. Hey, Yoropska said Candiace 100% pulled in Ashley from season 4 on Mia. Ashley pulled that same thing with Candiace and Candiace's home. Ooh. Oh. Hey, Jimmy G. Jimmy G said, imagine thinking Candiace is jealous of Ashley being married to an old perverted predator. You know what? Next episode, we're going to see them two get into it. But I'm just like, y'all both got white husbands. What are y'all doing? Like, the way they fight each other about having white husbands, I'm like, okay, so who's winning here? I mean, what's the difference? Your husband is like cooler and not perverted. I mean, that is a big difference. That is a big difference, but still, it's like y'all both got white husbands at the end of the day. Like, so what's the beef? What's the beef with the men? This is the only reason why I will ever wish that pervert was going to be filming is next week, because I would just love to see the reactions of the white husbands as their black wives fight over them being with them. Like, well, you and your white man, you and your white man. I just want to see the reactions of the white husbands. Like, I'm right here though. I want to see it. Black Gal says she knew about Mia's mama girl's past. If Mia would have read Mama Dot in her tired 1990 crochet what? Wig, she would be upset. Of course. Just like Mia's upset about her mom. But the thing about it is, Mia is somebody who hides how she really feels, because she was like, oh no, it's fine. I'm okay. That doesn't bother me at all. But then when something bothers her, you better watch out. You better watch out. Greta said the trips on Real Housewives of Potomac this season, child, it is thundering out there, have been so lame. Like you said, NikkiNicoleStar TV, Florida never acknowledged the pandemic. Miami would have been perfect. Yeah. Miami would have been perfect. In Miami, although it's Florida, Miami is real blue. Real blue. So they probably would have had some kind of, protocol there. But then again, I don't live there, so I don't know. But from what, from back in my days when I used to, campaign for Obama, we had Miami on lock. So I don't know. Hey, Love Like You Are. Love Like You Are said, Ashley is married to a sexual predator. Who's jealous of that? To be honest with you, that's the only read that's needed. It's the only read that's needed. But it just seems like next episode that Ashley and Candiace feud is going to start up again. And I'm so sorry, but compared to Candiace and Mia, that feud is dry boots, boring. You had your chance. We're done. We're not interested. Give me more of Candiace and Mia. Thank you. I don't care. I don't care anymore. Ashley and Candiace, y'all had your shot. Y'all did not deliver. Y'all did not give us the content that we needed. Mia and Candiace delivers. Mia and Candiace delivers. Hey, Momi. Momi says she was poking at Mia because she could tell that Mother's insult was a trigger. I feel like I could see that too. I ain't even gonna hold you. Because Candiace, you normally move on to different stuff. You stayed there. Why? I don't think she knew about Mia's mother's history. And I could agree with this whole comment. I could agree with this whole comment. From what we've seen, it does seem like she did not know. But the fact that she kept on going there was what caused suspicion. Hey, Miss T. Miss T said the video budget ran out of money, and that's why they didn't have the cars or food at the shoot. I think that's what happened. I think that's what happened too. You can always cover that up with, oh, there was a mistake. There was an issue. Also, since we're here, Candiace, you have a really good shot of having a great music career. If I were you, I would rebrand myself on this show. Not saying that you got to be somebody who you're not, but if I were you, I would look at this opportunity to be on this TV show as a way to start branding and marketing yourself as an R&B or pop singer, whatever it is that you want to be, because you need to be palatable to brands. right? To music execs, to people who want to work with you. If you are somebody that they feel like they can make money with, it's in the can. You got it. But if you spend your seasons just fighting with these broads who probably won't lead this platform, you're wasting your moment. And I feel like you're having a great moment with your music, and you are somebody who could use this platform to take you to a legitimized place within this industry. You can go real, you can go to the other side, the side that all the housewives want to get on. You could definitely go the Bethany Frankel route if you use this. It is raining out there. What is going on? You could definitely use the Cardi B route. You never know what could happen. But if you're not focused, right? And if you go to work and it's just like, I'm gonna get into it, like last episode, projector and all of that, that was fun. That's where you need to say this solid throwing, screaming, Chris gotta pull you out of dinners. Projector, shade, and whatever that was party. That's the character that you need to play on this show. Don't let it get under your skin. Don't get sensitive, because you're going to mess up a really great opportunity for yourself. Hey, thank you again, Tamara. Tamara said, or is it Tamara? No, there's not an E. Tamara. Hey, Tamara. Tamara said, I can't be on board with someone who acts like they PTSD Candiace with Post-it notes, but repeats the behavior. The definition of crazy is doing the same thing and experiencing a different result. Is doing the same thing and expecting. I'm like expecting a different result. I happen to agree with you. Thank you, Tamara. Thank you so much for the super chat, for the generous super chat. Thank you so very much. Yeah, that I agree. That she just can't. And Candiace, we're talking what you can do off of this show, after this show, right? We're not talking your character on the show anymore. You got to give us projector, and that's it. Don't get sensitive. Don't allow them to make you gutter. Projector, because you got something bigger that you could really make happen for you off of this show. You really, really do. If I were you, I wouldn't even. Don't get your feelings hurt. That's the thing. If you don't get your feelings hurt, I feel like you could do well. You got to have tough skin for this show. Vodka 3 Olive said, Nikki, Candy and Chris' relationship is weird to me. Not only does she act childish and kind of looks like childlike, Chris is looking more mature when with her. It's giving daughter and dad relationship. Chris is white. Shout out to interracial relationships. Especially the black and white ones. Y'all know, right? Sisters, if you don't know, you need to get your man on some like a retinol routine, because he's going to change way before you. I even said that, through my YouTube screen. Candiace, get your man some retinol and get your man some sunscreen. And what is it? The Ole Henriksen, Ole Henriksen, that vitamin C, or maybe Sunday Raleigh, their vitamin C serum. Get him that. Retinol him at night. Vitamin C serum, Ole Henriksen, or hyper skin. No, that works. I think that's good for black people. Yeah, you need something a little stronger. Ole Henriksen, Ole, y'all know who I'm talking about. Her, that vitamin C serum, and a good sunscreen, SPF 1000, right? Get him that. It'll at least preserve him where he's at. If not, that's the risk you take, right? You can tap into the privilege, but your partner is going to deteriorate. Let me move on. Child, you got the privilege, but just know They're going to be a crypt keeper by like 45. Look at Ashley and Michael. Michael, 38. 38. Look how he looked. Hey, Shawnette. Shawnette said, Mommy, I think Candiace did get triggered and lost her mind. Listen, they both, to be quite honest with you, me and Candiace both have very difficult relationships with their mother. So anybody who's battling with them knows that that's where to go if you want to hurt them. If you want to get them good, get to that mama. Get to that mama. That's where you go. Hey, Jordan. Jordan Evans said, really, no one cared for Gigi and Rob. Jordan said, really, no one cared. Gigi and Rob weren't there. LOL. See, and that's the thing. That is the thing. Y'all tried to pull that stunt because y'all the stars, so you think. And it ended up being a great trip for content. And you were nowhere to be found. You never, ever, ever, ever want the, especially on a reality TV show, you never wanted to go well without you. Risky. 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 Let me get down to some older comments. Shantavia, some newer, I'm sorry. Shantavia said, I enjoyed it more without Jizzy and Rob. Y'all better stop with this, Rob. Thank you, Shantavia. I won't say I enjoyed it more or less. I didn't miss them. They weren't needed. It's a good episode. They were not needed on this trip. Ciao. Shawnette said Robin almost lost her job, then tried to miss this trip like she has leverage. Guys, because we all know. Lord. It is thundering out there, and I don't know how to swim. I'm concerned. Because you see them coming, you see the both of them coming later in the episode next week, right? Because guys, these trips are scheduled. These trips are scheduled. Everybody knows about these cash trips. Here is why. They got to be paid. They have to be taken out of the budget. They have to be taken out of the budget. So before we even know where you're going to film your own personal stuff, we got the cash trips down. That is in the budget. They discuss them trips before they even set you up for where you're going to film. The trips are paid for because they're very expensive. You got to get this whole cast, this whole crew to one destination, flights, gas or whatever, the cars. Then you have to get the equipment there. It's a very expensive thing to do. And if you're doing it multiple times during the season, they got to be planned. So they're planned out way in advance. And they are always required. Now, they might change whose trip it is, but at the end of the day, it's the show's trip that they have already paid for. And you call yourself not showing up? Another reason why they do these trips is because it is a time to get all the cast together. And you know, when you've hired an ensemble cast, you know that you've hired them because they all work together so well. So you want everybody to be there. That's why they go on these trips even when they don't like each other, because they're an ensemble cast and they work well together in an ensemble. You call yourself not showing up to this required, scheduled, already paid for cash trip because you want to hurt your coworker. You therefore mess up your job with your boss and then the fan base because this episode was fun without you. Foolish. I don't care how much I don't like a cast member. I'll be there. I'll be there. You kidding me? Hey, first of all, you're not cutting me out of my episode time. And I'm not pissing nobody off in production or at the network by not coming to the scheduled and required cash trip. Foolish. Foolish. Jonas said, when are we going to start discussing Candiace's star power on this show? Season 4, her feud with Ashley Carey. Season 5, her feud with Gunika Carey. Season 6, her feud with Mia Carey. She's the princess of Potomac. You know what? I agree. Every season she's been on, she's had an iconic feud. Say what you want, but she's making great TV. Great TV. Thank you, Tamara, again for a super sticker. Thank you, sis. Love your hair. Thank you so much. Let me get to Rachel. Rachel said, whenever the weather gets like that, I call my mama to make sure I miss the trumpet sounds. And listen, first of all, it never rains in Southern California unless it's April. Like, that's when we get rain, April showers. That's what we get, rain in April, and then it's like June gloom. The rest of the time it's hot and sunny. Why is it raining like this? Thundering. Like it's New York. What's going on? Thank you for the super chat. Thank you. Tamara also gave your girl another super chat. Oh, thank you, my love. Tamara said, Candiace is super loyal to her friends. Totally see it, but don't betray her. All her feuds are because of loyalty, and that is a problem. Thank you, Tamara. That is a problem. She literally fought the friend or got in a physical altercation with the friend that she was protecting against somebody else who she later befriended, who was saying that she was a drunk. That's why she crashed her car. Guys, that's where this all started from. Because Ashley said that Monique was drunk when she crashed her car. So Candiace came in, guns blazing, defended her friend. Monique went around and made friends with Ashley because it was very smart of her to do, right? I wish she would have sat down with Candiace and had a conversation and been like, listen, I'm making friends with this broad, so this could drop. I don't need this storyline being a beef that goes on for seasons and seasons, because all it will do is ruin me and my opportunities. Why aren't you did you have a conversation about it? I don't know, but that is Candiace's issue. Hey, Tracy. Tracy said best comment from Alex, not thunder and snow. Erica J about to come up with the best action story yet. That car gonna slide more than 10 times. Oh my God, today. If the season, I think they just started filming again. I think they started filming maybe like last week or 2 weeks ago. So this might make it. This might make it to the show. Thank you so much, Tracy. And thank you, Alex. Oh, God. Thank you, Alex. All right, I'm going to get one more. Let me get this one from King. Oh, it's raining in New York, too? Get your house in order. I got to learn how to swim or make a boat. Child. Oh, Noah left instructions. Let me get Carmen. Carmen said, remember when Kenya paid for her own plane ticket to go to a cast trip because she knew she had to be there but didn't want to fly with the cast? I'm telling you, guys, that is reality TV 101. You never want a scene to go well without you. Always be there. Always be there. Always be doing something. Always, if you're not trying to calm everybody down, mix it up. Mix it up. You know what I mean? If you're not mixing it up, be the fun person who's reacting to, the mess that's happening. Be the comedy in the scene. If you can't be the mess, if you can't be the drama, be the comedy. If you can't be the one that resolves everything, be the comedy. If anything, being the comedy is the best place to be. Because you don't got to get into stuff. You don't got to be mixy. You don't got to be messy. You just have to, comedically react to everything and still get paid the same amount. You don't have to open up as much, and you probably end up getting paid more because people like that character more than anything else, because you are basically our eyes, what we are seeing, how we are reacting. So that's the best. That's actually the best character to be. Thank you, Carmen. Phil Good said, sorry, Monique. Monique admitted she had a couple of drinks at lunch with Ashley. I ain't saying she was drunk, but the alcohol didn't help, to be honest. Thank you so much, Phil, for a super chat. And that is why I believe that Monique made up with Ashley, because to keep on fighting with Ashley about that would have made that situation a lot bigger than what it was. But for her to, apologize and them get over it really quickly, it dropped. And we haven't talked about it since that season, right? But what did continue was Candiace trying to defend Monique to Ashley. And Candiace is just like, I moved on. You should too. Girl, I'm trying not to bring the storyline up again. But for some reason, they all live in the same area and they were not able to, like, are y'all not talking when the season is almost over? Or like when the season is, at least for like the 2 to 3 months that the cameras are down, y'all not talking and planning storylines? What are y'all doing? Y'all better get like, well, I was going to say New York, but New York used to plan everything and it was always great. I don't know what happened this last season. Oh, it's raining everywhere. I'm so sick of living in biblical times. Sick of it. Askala, she's not much comedy for me. She's more voice of reason. If she could step up her game and become comedy and voice of reason, perfect. Perfect. Shawnette Honey said, Chris said when Candiace loves her friends, she's too loyal and it has hurt her so much on the show. I absolutely agree with that. I absolutely agree with that. And I also agree with this, Vodka with Realis. I think Candiace stood up for Mo against Ashley because she never liked Ashley from the beginning. What is the core of their beef? I can't find. The core of their beef is Monique. Because remember, I do agree that she doesn't like Ashley though. And that is why it helped, it helped aid in her, defending Monique. But if you remember, Ashley introduced Candiace to the show and they were supposed to be really good friends. What happened was Candiace got close to Monique. Her and Ashley, their friendship or whatever, their show friendship faded really quickly, and Candiace and Monique became really good buddies. And Monique was an outsider at that time because Giselle did not like her because Monique was the wealthiest housewife on Potomac. And she was not shy about what she had. And Giselle did not like that because where Monique's status and where she was, not just on the show, but within Potomac, she did not feel a need to bow down to Giselle for acceptance because she was already in the circles that Giselle wanted to get into. And even with the show, she still was not afforded that opportunity. So everything that Giselle wanted to do, Monique was already there or probably leading it. So they were always beefing. And Candiace and Monique got really close. And so because of Candiace's being Monique's friend and defending her a lot of the time, she became the target because Monique was actually the target. They didn't like that. A lot of them did not like the fact that this woman didn't really need the show, right? The show came to her. She didn't really need the show. She started doing things on the show to help do stuff outside of it. But at the end of the day, she was really what Potomac, the Real Housewives of Potomac, was supposed to be about. She was a wealthy housewife in Potomac. And even if she's not on the show, she's still the wealthiest out of all of them. That's what Potomac is supposed to be about. Yaroska said, right, Karen and Monique were on the outs with Ashley at the start of season 4, and now those were Candiace's closest friends because Ashley brought Ray's appendages up before anyone else thought to. Yeah. They love saying somebody's penis don't work, especially when they have an older husband. Have you not heard of Viagra? Anyway, let's get into the Real Housewife of Salt Lake City. Miss Gigi, I heard that rumor, but I can't stand by it because they really didn't know each other. They were friends like Portia and what's her name? Fallon were friends. The show makes you, like, when they bring somebody on, they have to bring somebody on with a connection. And Ashley and Candiace's connections was not strong, but it was strong enough to say friend of because they had a picture with them back in the day and bring her on the show. Just because I met you at an event 10 years ago does not mean that I'm your friend or that I know you, but it works for this show. To introduce, that's how you can introduce me. Yeah, let's get into Salt Lake. because we could talk about Candiace and Ashley all day. So this episode picks up where the last episode left off of Salt Lake City. We are still on the ice. Jen is still going off, playing victim after Meredith rightfully called her out because of the things she was doing to her and her son. So Jen, because Meredith is not breaking, Jen is crying, cussing out Lisa, who was trying to help her. This thunder. It's getting to me. Jen is cussing out Lisa, who was trying to help her. I don't understand Jen and Lisa's relationship. It's very weird to me how they have become such besties out of nowhere. So anyway, Lisa is chasing after Jen, trying to calm her down, while Meredith, your bestie, your sister, is over there, not crying, but just very flustered and upset and disengaging because of what Jen said to her. But you see Meredith over there and you chase Jen. Okay, so she's chasing Jen. Jen is cussing her out, telling her to give her her effing backpack, and Lisa won't give it to her. Then Jen throws her bracelet, and Lisa's like, oh my goodness, she threw a $70,000 bracelet. Let me tell you something. Scammers are sensible, right? And I can say this because I'm from the city of Philadelphia. Aside from travelers, from the traveling community, there ain't no better scammers than people from the city of Philadelphia. Scamming is in our kindergarten textbooks, baby. You can't tell me nothing. Scammers are sensible. You're not going to spend $70,000 on a tennis bracelet when you can use that to hold for lawyers just in case, right? You're going to use that 70 grand for bigger things. But what you can do is have a $70,000 bracelet that you call $70,000. It's probably Swarovski crystals or cubic zirconians. If it can shine enough to make you believe it's diamonds, that's all you need. Ain't no way a scammer is throwing a $70,000 bracelet in the snow. Diamond bracelet, white diamond bracelet in the snow that is undetectable. There's no way. That was glass on her arm. That was glass on her arm. But I will say, Lisa, your friend was having a whole temper tantrum. Took a $70,000 bracelet off, threw it in the snow. You left your friend and went looking for that bracelet. You said, the hell with my friend. I'm going to get that bracelet. And I know you mad that it was caught on camera, you actually finding it. Because I feel like you wanted to find that bracelet for your own reasons, not to help your friend. But anyway, I will say the funniest thing about this scene for me was Heather and Whitney, especially Heather. Heather was sitting in the chair and she was just like, oh, I'm not going over there to help them fix anything because I lied about my weight. She was like, I lied about my weight and I am not crashing through this ice. So they got to fix whatever they have to fix, right? So Jen and Lisa are going back and forth. They're screaming at each other. Lisa's trying to calm Jen down. And Jen is like, why are you trying to tell me to do this when you haven't fixed anything with Heather and Whitney? And Heather's just like, yes, that's exactly what I want to know. Thank you, Jen Shah. Let Lisa know. So Lisa and Whitney's commentary was absolutely hilarious, but I was dying more at Heather with the I'm not going over there on that ice because I lied about my weight. Heather, you're funny. And see, that's what I was telling you about, guys. If you're the comedy of this show, your position is safe. Your position is safe, which is why Nene was able to skate for so long until she stopped being funny. That's what happens. When she stopped being funny and it was no longer enjoyable, she got out. But I'm hoping now that there's a resolution on the way. I'm staying positive. Jen is crying about how she keeps on apologizing, right? So her first assistant goes over to her and he, calms her down and he tells her, you got to fix this. You have to fix this, situation. You really, really do. And she's like, oh, you know what? I just realized I hope it's raining in Napa. Because a lot of the wineries were just like, we need rain. Because, it's been a drought and, they're growing grapes and stuff for wine. So this is probably a really good thing for them. A scary thing for me. Hope the rain reached you all up in Napa in wine country. We don't need it down here. LA don't know what to do with rain. I'm nervous. So anyway, he calms her down or whatever. And he's just like, is Meredith your friend? Do you want to fix this? And Jen is just like, I'm tired of apologizing. I keep on apologizing. Jen, you keep on apologizing because you keep on doing stuff. You apologize to Meredith. You apologize to Mary. You still, after you apologize to them at the reunion, you still drag Meredith's son and you still drag Mary. So this is why you have to apologize again, because you apologize and you repeated the same behavior. Before I go on, what's up, Just Jonda? Thank you so much for the super chat. Just Jonda said, I'm from Trenton, New Jersey. Finders keepers. Yes. You throw in jewelry, I will find out if it's fake at the pawn shop. Ciao. Thank you so much for the super chat. Listen, pawn shop, just take the clears. They'll let you know. But that is why you keep on apologizing, Jen. And that is why it is required of you to apologize. When people stop asking you to apologize, that's when you should be worried. Because that's when they're done with you and they know who you are and they don't want to fix anything with you ever again. So if somebody says, you know what, keep your apology, it's cool, they're done with you. So you need to be happy that even though you've been awful to these women on this show, they still want to film with you and they still want to fix this relationship as of today, as of now. I don't know what's going on up later down the line, but we will see. So this episode, we get a new, I don't think it's a new cast member, but I think it's most definitely a friend of the show. Her name is, what is it? Angie. Angie, guys, is she a twin? Because that other girl that she was with, was she her sister? Because Lisa went over to, I think it was Angie's home, and there was another lady there, and I thought that they were twins. Were they twins, or is the surgery similar? Anyway, we get a new friend of the show, I believe, and her name is Angie. She is also somebody who is a Mormon. She is somebody who is related to Whitney. They have the same great-grandfather, Solomon Grundy, Paul Bunyan. I don't know what his name is, but they have the same grandfather, and they found out later that they are actually related, just like same thing happened with her and Heather. And she obviously comes from some kind of money, because her and her husband are putting on this fundraiser to raise money for some organization, and they're doing it because their child is transgender. I don't know if we're going to see their child. I don't know if it's their child or their baby. Is it a baby? Because I saw some pictures and the child was like newborn. So how old is this baby? Or is it a teen? I don't know. We haven't seen the child or the teenager. We don't know. But their child is transgender. The fruit of their womb is transgender. I say that because I don't know if it's a baby, if it's, it's a teenager. I don't know. So the fruit of their womb is transgender. And I'm hoping that your child is not the interesting storyline here, Angie, because if your child is a storyline, we got to see your process with the baby, with the child, with the teenager. If that's the reason why you're on this show, right? Because not saying that she was using that to get on the show, but you put that out there and we never got to see you interact with your child who's trans. So we never got to see that interaction. So I'm just like, are we going to see that? Or are you actually interesting? I will say from this episode, I didn't get that. But the night is still young. The season's still young. So who knows? I will say the most interesting thing, aside from Angie, Angie's child being transgender child, baby, I don't know the age of the baby. The age of the baby. Baby. Aside from Angie's baby being trans, the most interesting thing that I found about Angie is that she looks like a mixture of Sarah Paulson and Adele, right? If Adele and Sarah Paulson had a baby, it'd be Angie. Like, she looks like a beautiful mixture of the both of them. She really, really does. Not quite interesting yet. If you are interesting, give us something. but I know it's your first episode, so who knows? I will say that Lisa seemed a bit more interesting than you did. I guess she was your leeway into this episode, but it's just like, I don't know. I was interested more about how Lisa was reacting to you than how you were reacting to Lisa. It just didn't, I don't know. You look like Sarah Paulson, but you weren't giving her energy. You were real low energy on this episode, but the season is still young, so who knows? Lisa, I feel like you say and do things and then you forget them, and then you're always shocked when it's brought up to you, if not in the season, on the reunion. Because calling Angie and Whitney inbred Mormon cousins, if you don't think that either one of them is going to have a problem with that and talk about that at the reunion, you got another thing coming. So I need you, especially to make sure that this hand does not have self-tanner on it, right? Because you do this a lot in the reunion. First of all, get a professional tan. Don't self-tan yourself. Get a professional tan, because you were serving Oompa Loompa at the last reunion. So get somebody else to do a professional tan on you. But be prepared, because I feel like this is going to come up. Oh my goodness! So now these two are family. These inbred Mormon cousins. They're going to have a problem about that comment, and that is going to be brought up at the reunion. So when you say, "Oh, I don't want to talk about it," make sure that hand don't have self-tanner on it, because that'll become the star of the show and not you defending yourself, the star of the reunion. So let's get to this charity event fundraiser that they were having for the foundation because of Angie's child. Is there a child? I feel like, Angie, yeah, you're going to be, I'll say it, you're going to be more interesting, because I feel like you're leading with the fact that your child is trans, but we don't know what's interesting about you or your husband. I will say this about your husband. He seems to be messy, because there was no reason for him to be in that scene with the ladies. There was no reason for him to be like, Lisa, we're trying to fix this. Lisa, sit down. He might be messy. So that might be good. We'll see. It's one episode in. It's one episode in. But you're giving me Hollywood. We'll see. We will see. So anyway, at this fundraiser, Angie talks to Lisa because she previously talked to Whitney, because she feels like Lisa sabotaged her event because she's friends with Whitney. It just, that storyline seemed a little weak to me, right? And another reason why it seems weak, because Angie, you wasn't really selling it to me, right? So you sit down with Whitney and you're just like, read this text message. And Whitney reads the text message, and basically the caterers throw Lisa under the bus and say that, she called them or whatever. And because of whatever connections they had with Lisa, they can no longer cater this event. So Lisa, you going to have to clarify that with the caterer, because this is what it's going to look like. Or at least this is what I'm kind of taking away from it. And that's the thing. You don't want to leave it up to interpretation for the audience. Because when Angie said they were all thrilled, the caterer was thrilled to do it. And then when they wrote back, text her and said that, throwing your name out there, that they can't do it because of that relationship. I just don't see a catering business messing up an opportunity with somebody who seems to be rich for no reason whatsoever. Unless it was something that you said that really made them believe, Lisa, that they would lose a lot more business. I'm hoping that you clarify it at the reunion, because it's leaning a little homophobic to me, right? Because what catering business, right, would mess up an opportunity with what appears to be a rich family doing something that is so important to them because it's for their child and a charitable organization? Why would you, at the last minute, drop out of their event? Why would you risk business like that? And especially with something like catering, it's all built off of relationships. Why? And word of mouth, right? So this is like a rich family that could be like, well, this catering company did this and tank your whole business. Why would you tank your whole business? Unless something was said to you by Lisa. Unless Lisa said that if I were you, I wouldn't take this job because of the subject matter and mess up yourself with all of the other clients that you have here in Hella Mormon, Utah. Girl, you better clarify that. You better clarify that, because I was like, that just does not make sense that you would not only throw away an opportunity with appears to be a rich family, a rich client, and money, and an opportunity to be featured on this show. That's a commercial. Why would you throw that away? What was so important to you that Lisa said to you, or somebody from our company said to you, that made you pull out? I hope you clarify, Lisa. I hope you clarify what happened, because baby, it don't look good. What's up, Kylie Steve? Kylie Steve said, hi, y'all. Thank you so much for the super chat, my love. It don't look good, Lisa. It don't look good. Hey, JL. JL said, late to the party, but congrats on 13K. You deserve. Thank you so much, JL. With that good Taiwanese coin. Thank you, my love. Hey, Decon T, thank you for the super chat. Decon T said, Lisa's fake outrage tells me she made that sabotaging call to the caterer. Mama was crying with no tears. I have to agree with you. I have to agree with you. Thank you so much, Decon T. Thank you for the super chat, because when Angie confronted Lisa about it, you were far too Angie, I don't know. The jury's still out, because you were far too cool. You were far too cool. I'm like, this is an event for you that is very passionate to you because of your child. You're raising money for them. You lose you will flip your lid if you lost your caterer right before the freaking event. How are you so chill if it's believed that Lisa did it? She's like, can I talk to you for a second? So the caterer talked to me and said that they are not doing the event because of you. You were just far too chill. I would have been like, this is for my baby. This is on my child. You knew how much this meant to me. How dare you sabotage me? Something. But you were just so chill. And I mean, that could be your personality. That personality doesn't work for TV. So anyway, she's sitting Lisa down, and Lisa's like, what does that have to do with me? How am I involved in this? She said your name, heifer. That's how you're involved. The caterer said because of the conversation she had with you, she decided that this would not be good for her. This would not be good for her company. What was the conversation? That's going to get you in trouble. What was that conversation to make that caterer lose money and probably mess up themselves with a rich family and miss out $1 million advertisement on the TV show? What did you say? So anyway, Lisa starts just, as soon as she confronted, she starts just falling all over the place. Well, I would not really. Oh my God, I'm so hurt. I can't believe it. You did something. Because her reaction, like D. Conti said, just made me feel like she was guilty. Why would that be your reaction and not just shocking? Like, what? Who said what? Can I see the text message? Oh no, call her. Put her on speaker. Why wasn't that your reaction? You never said call the caterer or let's go up there together and discuss this with this person because they are lying on me. Never even said that caterer was lying on you. You just started to have a temper tantrum and you took the focus and you started walking away. That's why Angie's messy husband was just like, we're trying to fix this. No, you're not. I'm heartbroken. I'm heartbroken. What did you say, Lisa? I'm sorry, girl. You looking real guilty. Real guilty. Aside from that, I will say one of the funny moments in this at this charity event, this fundraiser, was Whitney and Mary trying to hoist themselves over a banister to get away from Jen. And then Mary was just like, oh, I discovered the steps. They're right here. Y'all did all of that. And the steps were right there. Those fun, quirky moments are important to have in a show like this. And it also seems like Mary and Jen may have buried the hatchet, but I'm not quite sure because Mary said that she does forgive Jen, but then Jen goes and does something again. So who knows how long this will last, but it will be very interesting to see how we got to Heather and Whitney being racist this season by way of Mary. Because she said that. So I'm interested to see, because right now it seems like Jen is on the outside, on the outskirts with everybody. And Mary is the one that's been invited in. And everybody's cool and inviting her over and filming scenes with her. How do we get to Heather and Whitney being racist? What happened? When are we going to get to that? That's what I need to see. What else did I want to talk about with this episode? That's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. I think that Lisa says something. Why would that caterer mention you? And why wasn't it your first react? Why? You should have had two reactions for me. Shock and call the caterer. Let's fix this right now. You never said that. You never said that person is lying on me. I never said that. You never asked to see what was said about you. You just started falling apart and stealing focus and acting like the victim and doing that fake crying, but you couldn't really cry because you done Botoxed your tear ducts out. So you couldn't really have a real reaction, like a crying reaction, because of all the work that you had done. But if you could, you probably would. That gold jumper or romper, no, it's not a romper. What is it called? Bodysuit was cute though. That whole little outfit was cute with the wave, wet and wavy hair, with the, leather skirt, leather oxblood skirt. It was a cute little outfit. It was a cute little outfit. You could dress. You could dress. I feel like Meredith and Lisa waste really great outfits. Sorry, Utah. I just feel like, where you going in Utah to dress like that? Like, where you going to get that fit off at? The farm? Like, where you going to get that fit off at? It's a waste. Unless Sundance is there. Damn. Damn shame. Damn shame. Let me make sure I got all of them. Yeah, I got all my super chats. So I'm going to talk to y'all for about 10 minutes and I'm going to hop over in the 90 Day Fiance. Just John said, Andy is chill for the same reason Meredith is chill. Most of the time, the dolls. That's the problem, though. With Angie being a friend of the show, you can't be chill. You have to be interesting. You can't be chill. You got to bring some drama. Now, I'm thinking, it's also very early, right? It's very early, but I'm just like, I'm always wanting somebody to make an entrance, like a Scala made an entrance, right? To the point where we're like, we want her on as a full-timer. Angie didn't make an entrance for me. We will see. We will see. Oh, Decon T, that is a very good catch. That is a very good catch. Decon T said the mic caught Lisa saying, there's nothing worse than a party with no food. She was gloating. She was. Lisa, are you going to get exposed at this reunion? I feel like we all thinking that Jen is going to get exposed. I feel like it's going to be Lisa. Black Gal said, after getting that $1 million pledge, I would have been calm, cool, and collective. I hear you. I absolutely hear you. I do. But it's still just like, give us something. At this point, it's like, go ahead, girl, give us nothing. Hey, NTR. NTR said, hey, Star fam, glad to have Nikki today. Thank you. You two really be fronting on these notifications. I'm so sorry. If you like 90 Day Fiance, stick around because I want to be on there in about 10 minutes. Abigail said Lisa was doing too much. Okay. That was not natural at all. And it made her look even more guilty. It made her look even more guilty. Shawnette said Lisa tried to start a fight with Jen and Meredith, but it didn't work. Yep. And if they ever become cool and they start comparing notes, Lisa, I think you might be the one being taken down. You'll look fabulous though when you go down. But your mouth is writing checks that your behind cannot cash. Shantavia said Lisa started chewing scenery instead of trying to find out what was said and how they could fix things, which made her look guilty. Hey, Abigail. Abigail said, you saw Jen trying to suggest her and Mary get together, and Mary was like, not with my family. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Mary don't want nothing to do with Jen. She's just making nice so they can film together. Oh, Tracy said, check Instagram. Oh, can I? Is it up, Tracy? Oh, it seems to be up. Oh, child. What is going on? Wait a minute. Okay, so trees. Oh, hold on. Hold on, because we just got some last minute tea. But then I have a COVID test today. They didn't send me anything. Ciao. 90 Day Fiance people, just know I moved the video, our live, to about 10 minutes. I can't go any later, so just know, because we got some last minute tea. Hold on. Oh, child. I'm like, what the hell is that? I don't know what's going on. All right. Tracy just sent me something. Hold on. Tracy sent me a few things, actually. Tracy, what is this? No, actually, you met during season 1. This is Brittany. What the hell is going on with Britney Spears and Lisa Barlow? Oh, Brittany. Oh, wait. Lisa Barlow is sending something that says liar. And it says, Tracy, clarify what this tea is. Because I'm trying to read it and figure it out. No, actually, you met during season 1. November 13th. It isn't a good look for the church, but oh well. A lot of it is true. Love this. I found out Whitney and I are related from watching the show. I died. What? Don't claim her. I'm not. Just thought it was funny. Same great grandpa. So wait a minute. This is Lisa's receipts. From what? What is this supposed to mean? So wait, Lisa, are you saying that that Angie is like trying to get on the show so that she's using Whitney as a way to like get on the show? I mean, she already did it. Sarah Paulson already scammed her way onto the show, which is probably what happened, but oh wait, you sent text. Hold on. Tracy said Lisa was dead wrong. The test didn't prove the text. Oh, okay. Thank you. The text didn't prove that she was right. Yeah. Lisa shared this not to prove that she tried to say, she put it out there to prove that she was right about the catering thing or whatever, or like not being the bad guy in that situation. But Lisa, this has nothing to say about this doesn't say anything about the caterer. All it says is that it appears as if Angie was trying to get on the show and Whitney was her way on to the show. All you did was expose Angie. You never clarified your part if you did or did not have a part in that caterer canceling on them. So who knows? Lisa Barlow also posted something. Lisa Barlow posted on her Instagram, she forgot a key part. She had catering. I would never cancel a caterer, nor is that something anybody could do. Mark, I guess the caterers, she posted their names and said, they're amazing people. Apparently, they weren't able to cater the casino night because his brother was able to help out while they focused on their new restaurant. The food was amazing. Marco's brother did an absolutely amazing job. So wait a minute. Child, that's foundation. Just so y'all know, that's foundation. I had to look at that under that now. You know what? I don't know. I think I might be believing Lisa. I might be believing Lisa on this one. Because she tagged the people. I don't know. Lisa, you have been lying. And then Whitney responds to somebody on Twitter who said, Whitney Wild Rose, how does it really make you feel to hear your own cousin basically telling you that Lisa Barlow told her not to claim you as her cousin? Whitney says, obviously it hurt, but this is what I have been trying to say for 2 years. I am just satisfied that what has been done in the dark has come to the light. And then Lisa says, don't misquote me. I said, don't claim her. You know who's going to show up at your family reunion. And that's where she shares that text with her and Angie. And then somebody says, someone explain the importance of the date to me. I'm confused. Lisa responds, it was when the show was airing. She said they were related when the show aired, not a year before. They didn't know each other. And then Whitney responds and says, oops, sold yourself out. And then Lisa says, well, I said what I said. We'll get to this. Oh my gosh. And then somebody says, not really a sellout. What a sellout is your cousin said. I'm not fake. I'm not. Oh God. Then Whitney says, we worked past that. She clearly was nervous to rock the boat with Lisa. Tonight we saw why. Okay. So basically, thank you, Tracy, for that tea. So basically these two are going back and forth about, Angie not knowing Whitney was her cousin until the show. I will say, Whitney, I would be just a bit, cautious. Just a bit. Just a bit. But yeah, you found out that Lisa don't like you. No reason why. I don't know why Lisa doesn't like you. Lisa kind of cleared up the catering thing. I still need to hear all sides because it's just really weird that a caterer would, cancel an event like that. Unless we hear from the caterer, I can't really call what this situation is, but it just doesn't look good for Lisa. That's all I can say. What do you guys have to say? Yeah, she did say don't claim her. You're right about that, Jimmy. She did say that. Black Gal said Lisa posted a text trying to prove that Angie was lying, but it really proved that Angie and Whitney were right. Oh, God. El Michelle said that is Lisa and the new girls. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much for that clarity. Thank you. Just Jonda said Lisa is the one who introduced Angie, not Whitney. Yeah, that's very true. But I will say this, Angie being Whitney's cousin didn't hurt. It probably actually helped her make it through casting because that's another relationship that she can have if her relationship with Lisa does not work out. So Just Jonda says she doesn't believe Lisa. Yeah, that's what I agree, Miss T. Andy, call the caterer and get the footage. We need to know. I hope he brings the caterer on at the reunion because Lisa, this doesn't look good for you. It doesn't look good for you. But if what you're saying is right, although Lisa, you've been quoting a lot of lies, but if what you're saying is right, I will bring the caterer on. But it's very weird that Angie said this to you and you never asked to call the caterer. You never asked what was said. You just started crying and falling apart and acting like a victim. That's what threw me, your behavior, because it just doesn't make any sense if somebody says that somebody says something about you or that you did something that you didn't do. Wouldn't you want to get to the bottom of it right away, especially if it's concerning a really good friend? Your behavior is just weird. Virgo said, question, what's your favorite show to review? Actually, Nikki, Love After Lockup, hands down. Love After Lockup, hands down. I have a great time watching that show, reviewing that show. I love these shows as well, but Love After Lockup, I think with Love After Lockup, nobody's rooting for anybody. Everybody just really enjoys the show, and we just have a good time. With the Housewives, everybody has their fans and their stans, and sometimes they don't make it an enjoyable experience because everybody wants me to say something nice about somebody that they're standing. And if I don't, it's like, oh, you don't like this and oh, you don't like that. And I can't really give, or not like I can't, but I get a little pushback if I give a review that doesn't favor their favorite. And it's just like, ugh. But Love After Lockup, I don't have any issues. Love After Lockup is such an easy breezy show to review because I feel like we're all on the same page. This is some, ghetto mess, and we're here to have a good time. So yeah, that's my favorite one. That's what I want to know, Miss T. If she's related to Whitney, is she related to Heather? That's interesting. Is she? And they're also, I don't know, it could be a cultural thing, but they're also really weird about being family members. Right? Like Heather and Whitney are cousins, but last season they barely hung out. Like it was just weird. I don't know. I feel like I'm real different with my cousins. Right? I don't know. It's weird. It's just like y'all are cousins, but y'all know very little about each other. And I get that y'all just found out. But wouldn't you hang with family differently? Y'all still hang like y'all friends or associates. I don't know. Maybe it's because I come, I was going to say a small town, but Philly is not a small town, but my family's huge. I got cousins all over. But it's like, hey, cousin. It's not the same with them. Weird. Black Gal said, technically, they did back out. Angie didn't ask for the brother to cater the event. Yeah, we need the caterer. We got to get the caterer on the line. Miss Brown Sugar said, I only caught the first scene in the ice fishing, and now I am so confused. Guess this is an episode I have to watch for real. Oh, so much happened in such a little bit of time. We get the ice fishing. We get Jen and Meredith making up. We get Jen and Mary making up. We get an introduction of a new character who is Angie. We get Lisa possibly trying to tank her event. We get Whitney and Angie discovering that they're cousins, and all of a sudden they're like cool, but Lisa doesn't like the fact that they're cousins and that they're starting to be cool, but then she acts like she doesn't have a problem with Whitney. But when you see Whitney, you hug somebody who's standing next to her. You're so close to the girl that your fabric on your jacket brushes her, and you act like you do not see her. Lisa, what is your problem with Whitney? Because there is one, and you can't act like you do not have a problem with her. And then you put that text out to expose Angie, but you exposed yourself. Who knows what is going on here? Anyway, family, it is 6:15. I got to get out of here because I got to go over to 90 Day Fiance. Thank you so much for joining me. We had a lot to get through, but we got through it. This week is going to be a little different, not difficult, but different because I'm filming something this week. So I will not be available for lives, but I will actually do a quick review, a quick edit review of the shows from this week. And then next week, we may be back to normal. I don't know, but I will let you guys know. I would say follow me on Instagram Oh, it's back up. So yeah, check me out on Instagram at NikkiNicoleStar, but also make sure you hit the notification bell so you can get notifications of when I'm posting anything. And also make sure you watch my community tab, because that is what I will put out what I'm doing next. And if you like 90 Day Fiance the other way, hop on into that live, because I'm about to go over there now. I'm going to be about 5 minutes late because I'm going to get some ice for my drink. And then I'll be right back over there. Jazzy, I don't hang with all my cousins either, but when we get together, it's just like a different relationship. It's family, so it's like a different relationship. But, yeah, that's what I ain't want to say it just, Jonda, but I feel like maybe that's what it is. But anyway, if you like 90 Day Fiance the other way, join me over there, and I will see you guys soon for something else. Love y'all. Mwah. I'm supposed to do Love After Lockup tomorrow. I got to check about this COVID test. I don't know. We will see. Love y'all. Bye. Bye.